Come on! How many times do I have to tell you?
Today, as always, Mizuki Shimabara's scolding is directed at me. She is the general manager of Love Love Limited, one of the biggest companies in the industry, and she is very strict with me.
Since it's time for you to go home now, please finish it up tomorrow for sure.
I made a mistake. My name is Shota Hirube. As you can see, I'm a 32-year-old dull office worker.
That's tough. Furube-san with the general manager is an assistant with no title, right?
Well, yeah, it's the president's order.
She's amazing, isn't she? Being selected as the general manager at the age of 26? And she's showing off her talent by organizing both inside and outside the company. Hey there! When it's past your dismissal time, go home now. Yes.
Everyone leaves at 9 p.m. This is another policy set by the president and herself. Thanks to this, the situation where we used to work overtime until close to midnight has been improved. Various other improvements were also made by her suggestion. Maybe that's why the company is relatively white among trading companies known as an exploitative company. I'm tired today too. Me leaving with my shoulders dropping.
Hey, sir, you're looking as shabby as ever.
Yes, thanks for your hard work. Is everything okay?
I'm working without a complaint. Well, I like to have one more person on duty late at night. It's hard to get around with the current number of people.
After talking with the security guard, I went outside and found Mizuki waiting in the car.
Get in the car, I'll take you home.
Yes. I'm home. I said so and got out of the car, in front of a big mansion. Yes, the big house in front of me is my home.
Shota!
Coming to hug me again?
Because, I can't be pampered at the office. Right, boss?
Let me update my status. I'm a Dole Company employee as well as the president of the company. A few years ago, my father, the former president, passed away early due to illness. I was appointed as the next president, still a young man, and I was very troubled and trembled. No, I am still trembling under the burden. I am in charge of the lives of several thousand employees. I even tremble. But, well, it's a big company. I realized that the company can manage to run without me. So, I decided to be a regular employee who happened to have the same name as the president. It was easier to listen to complaints and grievances from the other employees. It should be easier for them to complain to someone in the same position, or even someone below them, right? That's why I made Mizuki as a general manager and put her in the position to scold me. No one would expect anything less from someone who gets scolded by her boss every day.
Yes, I'm in Shota's favorite maid uniform.
Mizuki, in her usual self at home, striking a mysterious pose for me to see. I don't remember saying I liked the maid uniform.
Yes, you told me. In my dream.
That's a fake me.
Hey, Shota! 10 o'clock at night is the beginning of love-making time. Shall we take a bath? Or shall we have dinner? Or Japanese sweets? Well, I received some delicious Japanese sweets from Kyoto from a customer today.
As usual, she's so chatty. 8 years ago, when she came to the mansion, she was not like this. One day, my father suddenly brought her home. He had taken her from some facility where he was making a donation. As part of his contribution to society, my father gave priority to hire people who are from the orphanage, and she was one of them. Mizuki Shimabara was hired as my maid as well as a potential bride-to-be.
I'm looking forward to working with you.
She seems like a quiet girl, but she has a very beautiful face. Mizuki seemed to be such a quiet and reserved girl. Before I knew it, she was all over me.
Here you go, Shota. Is my dish good?
It's delicious. Not Mizuki's, but the chef's dish.
No, If you think I made it, the love will increase to a maximum level. Here, open your mouth.
Oh my god.
I'm going to wash your back.
Today again.
Oh, what a late response. I miss those days when Shota gets nervous every time I go in. I'm prepared to take off my maid's uniform right here and now. For your sake.
Shut up. Yes, turn around and get out of the bathroom. This is Master's order. This routine from meal to bath time is already our usual scene.
Shota, your beloved Mizuki's here to sleep with you. Let's make out again today. Let's do it.
Today, as usual, Mizuki breaks into my room, which is supposed to be locked, and crawls under the futon. Don't say that like we do it all the time. Anyway, we've got an early day tomorrow, so go to bed.
No!
I make her out of the room without asking any questions. Well, this is how it goes every day.
Walk briskly and don't slow down.
Mizuki's like this at the office, which makes me wonder if it's the same person. Well, it's me who's making her do it. I know from her attitude that Mizuki likes me, regardless of whether or not she's my wife-to-be. But I'm just trying to keep my mouth shut, saying that now is not the right time, including about the company.
What is with you staring at me like that? That's disgusting. It irritates me to see a creature like you, who is no better than a slipper animal queue. May I? Please be useful to me a little, and then you can call yourself a human being.
Does she really like me?
As punishment, I'll forgive you by just signing a marriage certificate.
Ah, it is the usual Mizuki.
Miss Shimabara, he's doing his best too, so give him a break.
Mr. Akusako, he's my subordinate. Please stay out of it, sales section manager.
Oops, excuse me for that. Hurube, I know it's a tough job, but do your best.
So says Chief Akasako, who leaves laughing. His character evaluation is high enough to make him a section chief. Hey, Miss Shimabara, you look scary. Did Mr. Arasako say something?
Yes, because he gets in my way of my conversations with you.
Oh, that. Mizuki's face goes all weepy and she looks like she's about to cry. You're back to your normal self, you know.
Huh? What should I do about that sales section chief? It's not a bad idea to educate him about his position with all the power of the Furube family.
No, that's scary. Don't put all your power on him just because he interrupted and walked into our conversation. Now, it's not like I'm not doing my job as a president. It seems that there are not enough security guards to go around with the current staffing. And there are people who don't leave the office on time. I'm regularly having internal meetings with the executive director, managing director, and other key department heads, including Mizuki. But the only people who know who I am are the ones in executive positions here. Is there anything else? A hand goes up. It's Mizuki.
Prices are rising, but overall expenses and purchases are increasing. I think we need to reevaluate a few things.
Understood. Miss Shimabara, will you instruct the accountant to submit the data?
Yes, I will. And Mr. President, I have a favor to ask.
What is it? Her expression and voice sounded more serious than ever, so I sat back down and got into position to listen to what she had to say.
Will you marry me?
What? Here it comes again. Mizuki dives toward me like she's going to jump on me. I've never seen someone say gyafun in real life before.
You're as usual.
Totally, Shota. It's about time you give her a response.
As expected from my father's time, they're all used to Mizuki's eccentricities. You know, I'm not ignoring about you.
Shota!
I reached for her and continued. Don't get frustrated. Let's talk about the future when things are settled.
That means you love me, don't you? Me too. Let's get married. Don't worry, I'll make you happy.
I told you we'll talk about it after we get settled.
Go for it, Mizuki.
The cheering flew in. Give me a break. I'm so tired. The cause is mainly due to Mizuki's outburst.
Look, Furube-san looks so tired. I'm sure Shimabara-san gave him a hard time again.
The employees looked at me and said so. No, well, it sure is Mizuki who is the cause of all this.
Agatsuma-san. Yes?
A woman from the accounting section named Agatsuma was called by Mizuki when she happened to be passing by. She seemed surprised though. Well, I guess she'd be surprised if Mizuki called out to her.
What is it, ma'am? It seems that our expenses have been increasing lately. Can you pass the data to me later? Expenditure? Yes. Prices are going up, so I would like to review them. Yes. I will compile the data and make it easier to see. So please wait until tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Mizuki immediately starts working on one of the tasks we discussed in the conference room. She is fast. I continue on that footstep and went to the Human Resources Department.
I'd like you to review the night shifts of the security guards. If it's too difficult to rotate, please increase the number of staff. The president will make the decision.
Well, the president right next to her. Mizuki is able to act immediately on decisions without putting them off. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, the approval is done. The next day, Mizuki and I went around to several departments, and those that needed immediate presidential approval were approved now. Even though I'm working with the general manager, what I'm actually doing is a lot of this kind of work. Even though the work is divided among the people who attended the meeting yesterday, the matters which need the president's decision are still my job. After I finished my work, I looked at Mizuki, and she seemed to be thinking about something. What's wrong? I mean, is something wrong, Shimabara-san?
Well, I got the data from Agatsuma-san yesterday. I don't know, but it feels very uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable?
The sales haven't changed after a certain point, but only the amount of purchases has suddenly increased.
Isn't it because of the price hike? Mizuki-san, you said yourself that they've been going up recently.
That's right, that's true. But I wonder if they'll go up at the same time. It's possible that the whole industry is raising prices all at once due to weaker yen and the rising cost of materials, but...
Our company is a trading company, so we basically don't have our own products. But it sure seems odd. If the purchase price is going up, then we should at least be negotiating for higher prices. But I don't see it. Well, it's not good to doubt people. Let's ask purchasing department about our purchasing situation.
I understand. I'll take care of it, so please go back to work, Furube-san.
Yes, thank you. Saying that, Mizuki immediately went to the purchasing department. We can learn a lot from her quick actions.
Were you talking about something difficult?
Just as Mizuki left her seat, a familiar female employee passed by and approached her. Well, yeah, she's concerned about the recent price hikes.
Oh, yes. They are indeed expensive. Fish and vegetables, once they go up, they don't come down. But we maintain a 15% profit margin, which is amazing.
15%? Strange. The accounting documents I just saw said it was down to 10% or so. Can you tell me more about that?
Okay, well, it's almost time for me to get back to work, so why don't we go to dinner or something?
Okay. Is there something you would like to eat? I looked ahead and saw a demon. Or devil. Or Mizuki standing there with a dark aura.
What about dinner? Yeah!
Wait! She ran away like a hare in vain.
How could you be so careless? Furube-san, don't use flirtatious eyes during your work.
No, I don't particularly intend to do so.
Look, I'll talk to you later about this. I just came to pick up something I forgot.
Mizuki walks away again. I'm sure she will be talking about how much she loves me, right? Her love is heavy.
Haha, I saw you sighing. Which means you have something to worry about, aren't you?
Ah, Akasako-san. No, it is not. Apparently, he thought I was worried about my job and came over to talk to me.
I know. You're frustrated with being used by the younger general manager every day, aren't you?
Well, a little bit. A strange intuition kicks in, and I agree to fit into the conversation.
Here's good news for you. There's an easy way to get paid.
Well, you just helped me a little.
I won't make it bad.
And then Akasako-san took me to an empty conference room. What he told me was to take the money and bank book from the company security safe box and escape. He told me that he would provide a place for me to escape to, and that all I had to do was hide for a while, and I would be able to enjoy a bright and colorful life. In summary, that's what he told me. However, as expected of the sales section chief, he talked to me in a way that guided me well. If there were people who were really dissatisfied with the company, they would take that offer.
Is he asking you to commit a crime?
That night, I told Mizuki the whole story, and she responded as she should have. I guess Chief Akasako didn't think the person whom he suggested committing a crime was the president of the company.
Yeah, we should immediately go to the police.
No, wait. If we report now, he will be blabbering on. Besides, isn't the plan too messy?
Too careless?
Stealing from a safe is a pretty obvious thing to do, isn't it? Even if you run away and hide somewhere, the police will find you first. Japanese police are not stupid. No matter how clever you are, there is a good chance they will find you. Well, that's to be expected.
Hello, Furube. I'm glad you came.
Now, I like to make them gasp too, you know? A few nights later, I met up with Chief Akasako in front of the office. It's past the time for everyone to leave the office, so the company building is quiet and still.
Here's the key, the combination to the security safe box, and the schedule for the security guards rounds that I sent out last week.
Where will you be at?
I'm a decoy. I'll talk to the guard and have him turn off the security alarm temporarily. You'll go in through the back door and walk straight to the safe.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'll just go with the farce for now, and do as the section chief tells me to do. I go in through the back door, insert the key into the safe in the accounting office, and turn the dial. It's a pain in the ass, but I'll have to change the dial number later. Then I take out the bank book, the seal, and the cash in the safe box. I guess it's about time. After a strong flash and shutter sound, the room was illuminated by lights being turned on. There, Chief Akasako was standing with his phone in his hand.
What are you doing here at this hour? Are you a safe thief?
Oh, that kind. Was that videotaping? Can't be helped. What are you talking about? Chief Akasako gave me the order.
Don't be stupid. I would never do such a thing. Don't try to pin the blame on me.
Did you deceive me?
Deceive? What are you talking about? How can you do this to the company that takes care of you, Shota Harube?
That's my line. That's enough. Please seize him.
What about... Ah!
As soon as I raise my voice, a strong man starts to restrain Chief Akasako.
What? He's the one you're supposed to catch. Who the hell are you anyway?
He's a newly hired security guard. You probably don't know this, but...
Mizuki also comes out slowly from behind. Actually, I had told him about the situation beforehand and asked him to stand by with Mizuki. It was his first day and he had not yet been assigned to a patrol shift, so it was a convenient position for us to ask him to be in.
Don't be stupid. Why are you grabbing me? He's the thief. Look, he's got the bank book, the seal, and even the money in the safe box.
No, what's so wrong with me, the president, taking out my company's money?
Don't talk nonsense, you dull, lowly employee.
Shut up!
Mizuki shouts angrily.
Shota Furube is the current president of our company.
What?
Shota-san has degraded himself to the position of an ordinary employee and is looking at the company from an employee's point of view. I will not allow you to insult him.
Mizuki says calmly and nonchalantly.
But I didn't do anything. You have no right to treat me like this.
How can you say such a thing? An embezzler who's falsifying the books and embezzling money?
Immediately, Chief Akasako's complexion changed.
No, that was Agatsuma.
Oh? How do you know it was Akatsuma-san?
Akasako, who looked as if he had just said,
Oh no.
In other words, you were embezzling in cooperation with Akatsuma-san. When you heard that I had begun to investigate the status of your expenses, you became impatient. And then, of all things, you tried to make Shota-san a criminal and blame him for the embezzlement as well. Didn't you?
By the way, that's mostly my theory. That was the decisive factor that made Chief Akasako give up. Accounting Department's Agatsuma-san was Chief Akasako's mistress, and she had been falsifying and misrepresenting purchases. The money seems to have gone to pay for cabaret clubs, etc., and the two of them will have a tough future ahead of them. We have all the recordings of the criminal suggestion, and it is no longer possible for them to get away with it. However, the police are taking their time to arrest him a few months after we reported him for embezzlement. After all, there were several arbitrary interrogations, and my true identity came to light. I had a good time in my dull, low life at...
What are you saying, boss? After all, Shota-san should be sitting in that chair.
I didn't want to return to this position like this, though. At first, everyone was taken back by the revelation of my true identity. However, people are very adaptable, and rather than being fooled, I was made into a friendly boss.
Boss, let's go out to dinner sometime. No, you're going on a date with me, right?
Perhaps because of my position as president, I have also become quite popular within the company.
Crap! The general manager is furious.
But that's not true. They're just teasing Mizuki. That's probably because they suspected that we were working together, reversing our supervisor/subordinate status. In addition, Mizuki's reaction to me made them think I was a charming guy. And what are you doing?
Open your mouth.
Don't be silly. Let's get to work.
Hey, look. Here.
Okay. Maybe it's time for me to start taking things more seriously.
Shota-san!
Mizuki hugs me again as I come home. Mizuki, could you be a little more moderate?
It's okay. I'll settle down once you marry me. Maybe.
Maybe?
Because when they find out that Shota-san is the president, girls will come to you. You've always been popular because you're so sweet. And there might be someone other than me.
Oh, you. I told you, didn't I? I told you I think about you when I settle down. So, Mizuki, let's talk about it, shall we? About our relationship in the future?
Shota-san!
Just as our relationship at the company has changed, our relationship will need to change as well. The day when she becomes my partner not only at work, but in life, doesn't seem far off.